Hello and welcome to another video out of the office. So I really hope to get out photographing again soon, at least here in Germany. And yeah, it seems the wait will soon be over. But for now, I thought I'd do another video and I'd talk about how to earn money with photography. And yeah, the reason for that is I've been asked about this quite a few times for people starting out with photography. They want to know how they can earn money. And yeah, I'm by no means a pro here, so photography is just a side business. And my goal for my photography was just to, at some point, pay for itself. So the travels, the equipment, so all surrounding photography should be paid for by the revenues I generate by selling photos and stuff like that. And yeah, I've been doing that for quite a few years now. So yeah, what we're gonna do in this video is I show you my different income streams, how they are distributed, and also talk about how they changed over time. And yeah, maybe we see some trends here. And in the end, I also want to draw some lessons from it. Yeah, so let's dive right into it. So I hope you don't mind me showing you some pie charts here. So yeah, let's get into it. I think it's the best way to visualize the different revenue streams I have. And yeah, you see here the pie chart, which sums up my revenue streams over the last 9 years. So this is basically my combined revenue. And yeah, you see that there are two big chunks here, which is licensing and tutorials. And yeah, also later I'll show you how this progressed over the years, and you'll see that there are quite some changes. But yeah, let's first talk about the individual streams and also in the order in which I basically started them. So the first stream here, which you see with 16% over the last 9 years, this is basically what I earn with prints. So after roughly 2 years of doing landscape and travel photography, I felt that I had some photos which were good enough to sell them as print. So I started using Redbubble, which I still use. So this is a free site where you can upload your images, you can create a portfolio, and also the best part, there you can basically decide how much you want to earn by selling a print. So you can set up a percentage, and yeah, this way you can basically value your prints as you feel they should be. For some other pages or sites where you can sell images, you are not always able to do that. So there are some fixed prices and you might be able to set something up like 20%, but nothing more. Another page I started using was Fine Art America, which is similar. So you can also set up a custom price for your prints. And yeah, this is really an approach I like. But also to spread my images a bit more, I 4 years ago also started using Poster Lounge. And yeah, I see this more like the lower end. So it's not possible to set a higher price for the photos. I just get like 25%. That's the max. And also they sell posters and they sell quite cheap. So I'm there mostly to get my images out there. So I don't have as many photos there as in Redbubble. And yeah, it's really a trade-off. So I don't earn that much money for a single sale, but I sell, compared to Redbubble and Fine Art America, quite a few images. So it's a trade-off I make. And also, as I said, I don't put all my images in there, just a select few. Yeah, and if you followed my videos at the end of last year and beginning of this year, you also know that I started selling limited edition prints. So this is a small set of photos where I put a lot of work into preparing them for certain papers. So this is really high quality, where I also have some certificate. I sign them, I review every print before it ships out. So really making sure that it's best possible quality, which is something I'm not able to do for the prints I sell on Redbubble and Poster Launch, for example. There I just made sure that the files are okay, but I don't inspect every print I sell. So that's the reason the limited edition prints, for sure, they are more expensive. They are also limited. And yeah, then it's also possible to directly buy a print from me. So for example, I would then also get them printed by Whitewall as I do for the limited edition prints. And they would also be a little more expensive than what I sell on Redbubble because of the additional work I have. So I really prepare this print for the specific size, and I don't sell many of those. Also, it always involves work for me, so it's not real passive income. But yeah, a few of them also go into this chunk here. So the second bar here with like 4%, that's contests. That's something I did in the beginning. So I took part in a few contests, even won a few. So there was usually some cash prize or some equipment, which I mostly sold right away on eBay. So the next chunk here, the biggest one with 34%, it's licensing. And this is really a good revenue stream, but it has shrunk in the last years, and we'll see that later. But what I did, I started this maybe 3 years in, and I did a mistake there, which I want to tell you not to make. So in the beginning, when I had like, I think 100 photos, which I thought were quite good, I started using Microstock. It was Fotolia back in the days, and a few other Microstock agencies. And really, this is selling yourself cheap, and I did this. It was a mistake. I didn't earn much. If you want to go for Microstock, you really have to put in hundreds, thousands of photos, and not once each year. And you can expect a few pennies for each photo sold. So it's really quantity over quality, or not over quality, because you have to provide quantity, but also at a certain quality. So it's not that easy also just putting in many photos. They also have to be quite okay, so otherwise they are not taken. And that's a lot of work and a lot of wasted effort, in my opinion. So I stopped this very quickly. It was a good decision. Then I spent a bit more time building up my portfolio, so really getting good photos, and then I looked for agencies which do rights managed licensing, and they can even sell my photos exclusively, so this way much more money can be earned with a sale. And certainly the quantity of my sales is much lower than what it would be on Microstock sites, but for one sale I would have to sell like maybe 100 photos on a Microstock site. So it's a trade-off I like to make. Next one, it's affiliate, which I also started quite early, I think 3 or 4 years in. And that's not much. It's mostly Amazon affiliate links. And if you want to earn money with that, you really have to spend a lot of time creating content which is designed to earn your affiliate revenues. For example, you write reviews about products, put links into it. You make videos about products, put links into it. All that stuff. You optimize the SEO of your page to get a lot of visitors. So it's all driving traffic to those pages where you have the affiliate links. And that's really a lot of work, at least in my opinion, or for me. Maybe I'm not good enough at that. So I decided to just leave this stream, but I don't focus so much on it yet. Now, as I started to get a bit better with my photography, also magazines got interested in my photography, and also they wanted me to write for them. So this has become quite a regular thing, and I earn a bit of money every year with a few articles and also with a few images I provide for magazines. Then here, the second biggest chunk, that's tutorials. Most of you might already know I have some start to finish tutorials and some in-depth post-processing tutorials, which I sell on my homepage. So those go beyond what I show on YouTube. The reason I started them was really people asked for more information about my post-processing. So I thought, okay, let's just record some video tutorials, and they've become a quite regular income stream for me since then. Then we have workshops, and similar to the tutorials, it was like people asking if I could do a workshop. And then since like 5 years, I think I do one workshop in spring each year, doing a waterfall workshop. And only this year I had to basically cancel it, or I didn't even start promoting it because of the pandemic. But I had a photo tour, my first photo tour, just before all this madness started, to Morocco, and hopefully I can do this again next year. It was really nice, 9 days of photo tour. So for me, this was a success, and also the people who went with me, they got such great photos, and I enjoyed this time very much. Now, coming in at revenue stream number 8, just with 1%, that's YouTube. That's actually what I'm doing now. And it's a bit ridiculous, the time I put in there and the money I earn out of it. It's maybe an hourly rate of $3, but I like it. It's fun sharing my experiences and also interacting with you, or some of you in the comments, at least those of you who comment on the images. And I keep trying to improve this channel, and you can help me by subscribing to this channel and also leaving comments, suggestions, stuff like that. And now we're at the final one, which was just a single 1 year. This is Steemit. And I didn't even mention it down here in the area of input streams because I'm not sure if this will return again. So back 2 years ago when all this cryptocurrency exploded, there was also a blockchain on which this Steemit was running. And this is basically a blog where you write articles and you earn Steem dollars. That was the name of the currency for it. And I was actually able to transfer it into fiat currency. So I made real money from it. And yeah, that's something which was quite nice for the few months it lasted. I'm set up there. So if at some point cryptocurrencies rise again, I continue writing for that blog, but I don't think this will become a regular income stream. It will maybe decrease in the long run. Now, these are my 9 revenue streams, and yeah, if I wanted to make this a full-time profession, I would to at least triple the revenue and also add one important 10th stream, I think, which would be contract work. I don't do this at all till now because yeah, it's hard to marry this with my regular day job. But I think it would be something to focus on if I wanted to go full-time. Now let's look at the pie chart for my revenue streams from the last year. And you see it looks quite different, and the biggest change, let's compare this. This huge chunk licensing is actually not so huge anymore. So much of the revenues from licensing broke away over the last years. And yeah, also if you look here at affiliate and YouTube combined, they're actually nearly as big as, for example, up here the prints or the magazines. So after all, they become quite a regular thing and a good base here in my revenue stream. The tutorials, they are still running strong, but also I have to continuously add new content there, and yeah, it's less a passive income stream than I'd like it to be. Now, let's look at the complete revenue development for the last 9 years. And yeah, this is maybe interesting. So here you see 2010, when I was just 2 years into serious photography, I started generating revenue, and here it was still contests which then decreased and went away. And here between 2013 and 18 I didn't do contests at all. So I think I took part in maybe 1 contest a year, but without much success. Here you see the gray one. This is licensing, and it decreased quite a bit. And here 2016, this was really the best year for licensing. And just for you to put this into perspective, since 2016 till now, I think it's only a third of this. But since then, I have maybe 2 or 3 times that many photos in the agencies for licensing. So although I have more photos and also more high quality photos there, I earn much less. So this is something which you need to keep in mind if you plan to do licensing and want to earn a lot of money with that. I think this time is over. Also, what you see is that since 2013, I didn't increase my revenues or the total of my revenues at all. I just balanced out my revenue streams and kept at it. And yeah, the reason for that is I'm currently exactly where I wanted to be. So I basically balance my expenses with the income, travel, equipment. This is all paid for, and I also set aside a little bit profit. So each year I make just a bit profit, which I save for some long-term goals, maybe some bigger investments coming. So yeah, there's no reason for me to put in much more work, and I would have to put in a lot of work, basically spend time in the office to increase those streams, and it would not be taking more photos and earning more money. It would mostly be spending more time in the office to earn more money. And yeah, this is a trade-off I don't want to make now. So now after all that data, let's see if there are some lessons to draw from it. So I'd say the first thing is you should diversify your income streams. That's nothing new. I think many people are telling you this. And yeah, if you do this, even if 1 or 2 of your revenue streams are degrading over time, you're usually not in too much trouble because you have other revenue streams to balance it. The next lesson is be patient. So as you've seen, I added many of my revenue streams when I was good enough to do so. So here really it's quality over quantity. So I started with tutorials when I was good enough that people asked for it. I started with workshops when I was good enough that people asked for it. I wrote for magazines when my photos were good enough to be considered there. And also I went for rights managed agencies when my portfolio was strong enough that they would take me. So patience, I think, is something important. And also one more thing here, know the value of your work. And you can only do that if you are patient. So if you take photos for some time, you know the worth of it. If you just start like I did in the beginning, the mistake, just having a few photos and trying to earn money right away, putting it into microstock or something, I didn't yet know the value of my work. And also back then it wasn't very high, but it was certainly higher than what I got from the microstock agencies. So really take your time, and then it's a good thing to earn a bit of money with your photography. And also if you want to go full-time at some point, I think those lessons still apply. So you should try to diversify early on, then build up your portfolio, build up your business. So be patient, and you can run it as a side business as I do. And maybe at some time you make the leap, but if you start right away pulling in everything, I think this being patient here, this is really hard. And also, if you don't yet know the value of your work, how should you price it? Especially if you start doing contracts, you really need to know how you want to price your work and how much you want to be paid. Yeah, and that being said, I hope you got some insights out of this video. Please leave comments about how you earn money, and also if you have made similar observations, for example, about licensing and other revenue streams. And yeah, have a nice one. Cheers.